Howdy shipmates, it's Captain Dan here. Welcome to Story Time with Captain Dan, a time to tell tales old and new to young and old alike. A time to lift our spirits during this time when we're all stuck at home during this coronavirus. Time to lift our hearts, and I'm hoping you're going to send in some ideas to me. I keep hearing good ones. Got this one sent in, Where the Wild Things Are, from a good friend who it's a favourite tale again. It's an old one, I think, this, but good old friend asked for this one, so this is especially for you. They wish to remain anonymous, apparently, but anyway, it's a classic tale, so send in any shout-outs and any tales. So I'm going to share this tale for you all today. Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. Doesn't look very wild, that wild thing. It looks a bit bored to me. But let's find out about it, shall we? So where the wild things are. A mysterious tale. Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit, he made mischief of one kind. What kind was it? And another kind, chasing the little dog about there. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That's what happens, isn't it? That very night in Max's room a forest grew. Can you believe that? The whole forest in his room. It grew. And do you know what? It grew again. And it grew. And it grew. And it grew. And it continued to grow, and it grew, and it grew until its ceiling hung with vines. And his walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through the day and the night. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. Where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared like terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Where the wild things are. Till Max said, "Be still!" And he tamed the wild things with his magic. And he tamed them with his magic of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And called him the most wild thing of all. With his eyes. And they made him the king of all the wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. And so it did. And so the wild rumpus started. Rum-pa-pa, 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 rum-pa-pa-pee, rum-pa-pa, 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 poo-poo-poo, pa-pa, the rumpus it began, and it began, and it continued on and on into the day and into the night and on and on and on. Rum-pa-pa, rum-pa-pa, boo! Now stop, Max said, and he sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all the wild things, was lonely and wanted to be somewhere where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. And he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No. No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and he waved goodbye. I wonder if it was my boat. It wasn't. It wasn't my boat. I would have known the story, wouldn't I, before I read it. It wasn't Captain Dan's boat. No. It was Max's private boat. Listen to the story. And he sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day he sailed. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. So that's the story of where the wild things are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. Where the wild things are. A scary one today, don't you think? So that's the end of story time with Captain Dan for today. So I'm going to have to bid you all a good night until we meet again on the morrow. We'll sail this ship again with story time with Captain Dan. So I'm going to wish you all a very, very good night. And I think you know how this one goes, don't you? So, good night, oh sweet repose. Don't lie on your belly, because you might squash your nose. Good night.